Everybody, welcome. We have a busy schedule this evening. I just want to let you know after our State of the County, the legislature will have 5 presentations followed by our regular legislative meeting. First, today is International Women's Day. So with the full makeup, of departments here, I'd like to recognize the women leaders who work for us here in Rensselaer County and to honor all the women colleagues who work in all levels of government within our organization and contribute greatly to our success. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, ladies. And I think we would be remiss without offering our prayers to the people of Ukraine as we watch the devastation and violence on TV. We will be saying a prayer during our legislative meeting on behalf of those folks that are impacted by the violence. But I just want to say our county recognizes the courage of the Ukrainian people, and our hearts are with the residents of Rensselaer County who have family members and friends in the Ukraine. So we just want to offer our prayers and peace to those people. So thank you for indulging me on that. Now on to the most important thing, really one of the reasons why you're all here today is to listen to our annual State of the County address. Thank you all for coming. It's so nice to see a packed chamber tonight with some great folks who will be mentioned in Steve's speech tonight. Certainly looking forward to some of the positive comments, some firsts that I know Steve is probably going to be mentioning, and also what positive things we look forward to this upcoming year. And so saying that, I appreciate all of you being here for the impact that you have, all the folks that work here in Rensselaer County that have a hand in helping Steve and his team do what he does every day. So it's my honor to introduce our Rensselaer County Executive, Steve McLaughlin, for the State of the County address.
Good evening, everyone. Evening. Good evening to the people of Rensselaer County and the members of this legislative body. It's my honor to serve as your county executive and my honor to deliver the State of the County address for 2022. Thank you to Chairwoman Kelly Hoffman for invitation to speak before this body tonight and to provide you with an update on the great things accomplished already for our county and the tremendous future in store for us, provided we continue to make the right decisions and continue a commitment to stay on the path we have forged during the past 4 years. Tonight, I will speak of reduced taxes, improved services, better quality of life, and historic investment. Tonight, we will also look ahead to a county government that will continue to take impressive action and be reshaped to be more modern, effective, and accessible to the people we are proud to serve. We have dared to do more and to think bigger, and we are winning on every level. Let us continue a legacy of expecting excellence, promoting prosperity, and encouraging opportunity for all. 4 years ago, I stood before you and said, Rensselaer County's time is now. That remains true. This is our moment. We have done so much, but there are still greater things for us to accomplish. As Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So let's get to work, continuing to create a new era of excellence here in our county. We've seen success every year, 2018, 19, 20, 21, in many, many areas. Myself and the legislators here tonight have been elected by the people to provide the best services for the lowest cost possible. I want to express my genuine appreciation and my gratitude to the people of Rensselaer County for choosing me again to lead this county during the recent elections, and doing so by a large margin. The last 4 years have, by any measure, been outstanding and unprecedented in the county's history, but we should resolve to make 2022 a new chapter of excellence for our county. We should also take time tonight to acknowledge the tragic events in the Ukraine, with members of that democratic nation being victimized by an aggressive and unfounded attack by a dictator. We are sadly again seeing the tragedy of a war being waged on peaceful and innocent people, and as a country founded on the principles of justice, equality, and freedom, we must oppose Putin's invasion. Rensselaer County stands with the people of Ukraine and joins with those around the world who have condemned this attack and who stand united in calling for an end to the invasion. We are now collecting clothes, medicine, and material to be sent to the people of Ukraine and look forward to the generous support of our residents. We also acknowledge our brave men and women now serving this nation in our armed forces and protecting us around the clock. Rensselaer County will never forget their service and sacrifice of our veterans and their families. We are joined tonight by Leonard Roden, a 94-year-old resident of Brunswick who will be acknowledged by the county legislature tonight for his service in Korea. Len is a Purple Heart recipient, along with having received the National Defense Service Medal with 3 Bronze Stars, Combat Infantry Badge, First Award, and the United Nations Korean Service Medal. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Len Roden. I wanted to get through all that before I had you stand up, Len. That's quite a long list of medals and awards. Thank you for being here, my friend. There's so much to be optimistic about in Rensselaer County. Despite challenges and complications, a very long and difficult pandemic, and constant economic uncertainty on the national level, our county has seen significant success and important accomplishments. Some of these victories have been unprecedented and historic and show our county is reaching new heights. In fact, Rensselaer County continues to emerge as a leader in the state in key economic and financial accomplishments. Many of you tonight have played a role in that good work and in fostering a better future for our county. We are again looking to you to help Rensselaer County reach new heights of success. When I took office over 4 years ago, I made some promises to the people, and some of those gathered here tonight. I promised we would take every opportunity to save taxpayer money, to support innovation and investment, to demand results and reject excuses and failed traditions. My team got to work, seeking to make every day and every opportunity count, and we have delivered. In Rensselaer County, we have stayed focused and on mission, working to fulfill our goals to provide better service for our residents, a stronger future for all, and at a cost we can all afford. Booker T. Washington said, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome." We have faced significant obstacles, but still continued to reach for greatness. That effort is paying off. Now is Rensselaer County's moment. Just look at what was accomplished during these past 4 years. The continued expansion at Regeneron to a major force in the region and the world, and the location of the Amazon Center in Schodack. We earn the attention of these major economic forces through our hard work, property tax reductions, service improvements, efficiencies in county government that reduce expensive, and effective partnerships with those who grow our county in positive ways. Our work and our shared efforts have poised this county for further greatness. The difficult choices made during the past 4 years, our commitment to stay on course despite the pandemic and other turbulence, and our willingness to go further and faster to reach our goal is working. Here's a look at our commitment to the future of Rensselaer County. We have lowered property taxes each of the last 4 years. Each budget has been unanimously approved by the county legislators in a county that's often known for rough and tumble politics. But we have worked together to benefit the taxpayers of today and tomorrow. The 4 tax reductions combined total nearly 19%, bringing the county tax rate to a level that's comparable to what was paid by taxpayers in 2002. I want to acknowledge our county legislators for their effort in supporting my administration's effort to reduce taxes, and I want to acknowledge 2 legislators who are taking new roles in the county's lawmaking body. Kelly Hoffman has been selected by her peers as chairwoman of the legislature, and Rob Bailey is chosen to serve as vice chair for finance. In their new roles, Kelly and Bob join Bob Loveridge, who moves from vice chair for finance to vice chair, and continuing in his previous job, Majority Leader Ken Harrington. I look forward to a strong and productive partnership with Kelly, Bob, Rob, and Ken, and the other 15 members of the legislature during their coming term of office. In 2022, the tax reduction was 10%. That is the biggest tax reduction in county history. We saw revenues increase beyond our projections, and we made the correct decision to allow residents and property owners to share in the success. Our residents and property owners have invested in our county and have helped generate these outstanding results. The 2022 tax reduction of 10% led to a pretty interesting occurrence where residents have actually been calling and writing to thank us for the tax reduction. Other taxpayers are seeing a rebate in their escrow payments. Imagine that, a tax bill that actually brings you some good news. We've made our financial choices carefully and on a solid foundation. Rensselaer County earned a 0 fiscal stress score from the New York State Comptroller, all despite the pandemic and economic uncertainty in other areas. So earning a 0 fiscal stress rating, that was done every day by taking extra care with purchases, with personnel hires, and with careful planning and accurate fiscal forecasts. Many other counties across the state were not able to earn a 0 rating or even a rating that shows stability. We recognize the 0 fiscal stress rating as an advertisement of our effectiveness in managing county finances and serving as a solid place for investment and growth. A number of municipalities right here in the Capital Region were found by the Comptroller's Office to be exposed to significant or moderate stress. That is not the case in this county. 0 is as good as it gets. During the past 4 years, we've been able to reduce our debt by $35 million, all while improving services in important areas. To fund our efforts at building services, lowering taxes, and encouraging investment, we have focused on reducing expenses and not incurring new debt. Our care in not issuing new debt further positions our county for strong moves in the coming months and years. In 2021, we continued our efforts to reduce costs, with expenditures for personnel down by $1 million. Not issuing debt, making careful and informed choices, especially when estimating revenues, and budgeting for expenses each year have enabled our county to assemble a surplus approaching $100 million. As a point of reference, the surplus was $20 million when I took office 4 years ago. That's 4 years, $80 million more into the surplus. That benefits every county resident. These funds will be used to protect taxpayers, safeguard quality of life, ensure strong services, and provide for the future while navigating future challenges. We've achieved financial success, and we have achieved success in economic development and expanding or improving needed services. Now I'm asking legislators to turn their attention to remaking the operations of county government itself. Rensselaer County government, with the legislative and executive branches, was founded over a half a century ago. Many of the offices utilized are almost half a century old and have not been touched in that time. And this county continues to utilize rented space for many of our important operations. Utilizing rented space presents some long-term challenges for the county. If, as a county, we know we are going to be providing a service 50 years from now, why would we be housing the central core of that service in rented space? Financially, it makes no sense. Thankfully, we have a solution, and one that will serve us today and for the next generations. Tonight, I am now introducing the Reimagine Rensselaer County Facilities effort, a plan that will place the majority of county services on county-owned property and expand access, convenience, and service for the residents we serve and the employees who assist in that mission. The plan can be achieved at a lower cost, especially in light of other long-standing rental agreements and given the county's strong financial position. I am tonight announcing our intent to purchase the Rosen-Kiernan building on Route 4. Purchasing the R&K building will allow the county to relocate a number of offices now based in the county office building and the former health building, and allow for services to be situated in a modern and accessible location. The county will then be able to relocate offices and functions for our County Department of Social Services based now at Flanagan Square to here in the county office building. County probation will be located in the health building next door, allowing a secure and safe location for that vital service. We believe the public is best served by separating Department of Social Services from probation, unlike the current configuration. And we also believe each of the service benefits from such a reconfiguration. Keep in mind, the county has paid over $11 million during the past 10 years to lease that space at Flanagan Square for DSS and probation. This is a major step forward for our county, a significant and meaningful reorganization in how we serve our residents, and ensuring services can be reached easily by those in need. Just as important, we will own the majority of our structures. And when we pass the mantle of leadership on to the next generation, we can know that we are providing a strong foundation for the generations that follow. The Reimagine Rensselaer County Facilities Plan addresses several of the challenges we now face with our county buildings. The county's lease at Flanagan Square is expiring in 1 year, and public statements by the building's owner indicate that they are ready to move on from a lease with the county. We have looked over the past 4 years for replacement properties and have not been able to find new ones, despite the constant search, really, over the past 4 years. This is the best solution available to the county. The Reimagine plan incorporates a structure that is ready and suitable home for many of the county services now based here, all at a cost that is significantly lower than the cost of the Flanagan Square lease, and by our estimate, over $10 million less than the cost of new construction. An energy performance agreement with Siemens, similar to agreements we already have with Siemens that are utilized at other county facilities, will upgrade infrastructure in the approximately 35-year-old building. We will also strengthen our commitment to these facilities in downtown Troy with a comprehensive plan of rehabilitation and improvement for the county office building and the health office. When completed, in parallel with the East Greenbush facility, we will be able to take pride in these facilities and have a presence in Troy that is convenient, accessible, and safe for our residents. Our county, thankfully, and in large part due to the work done during the past 4 years, is in a great position for this undertaking. When completed, the Reimagine Rensselaer County Facilities Plan will offer the county the following, just to summarize: more modern and accessible facilities. We have ownership of the county offices, flexibility for future county facility projects, a cost that is $10 million less than new construction would be, and a long-term solution to county facility needs. This project will be a landmark for our county, and residents of today and tomorrow will appreciate our efforts and investment. Your support will be crucial in helping us move the county forward. We're also excited to start work on a new county park in Schodack on a section of the former Fort Orange Paper Company. County recognizes the continuation of our partnership to manage the Papscony Island Nature Preserve, with the preserve having been returned to ancestral owners, the Stockbridge-Muncie community, in 2021. Rensselaer County has been proud to serve as a sponsor and major supporter of Hudson Valley Community College since the founding of Hudson Valley over 6 decades ago. Kenny, I think you're in your first term back then, maybe? We view our relationship with Hudson Valley as strong and positive and growing for the future of both the county and the school. We've expanded support for Hudson Valley Community College and strengthened our partnership with the college. We are seeing the college continue to be a force for good, providing education and training to those starting their journey and those changing direction or improving their lives. How many lives have been changed for the better by Hudson Valley and the generations of instruction provided at the college. So much good is accomplished at Hudson Valley. Our commitment is to keep education at Hudson Valley both excellent and affordable. We saw the college complete the Gene Haas Center for Advanced Manufacturing in 2019, just before the onset of the pandemic. The college has continued to expand its mission, launching a STEM high school that helps give students a head start. Rensselaer County will provide important support for Hudson Valley Community College as the college seeks to develop an Applied Technology Education Center, ATEC. The $65 million project will be started with $2.9 million in funding through our County Industrial Development Agency. ATEC will help our region and Hudson Valley respond to the shortage for skilled technical workers and would join the Gene Haas Center for Applied Manufacturing at the college. The ATEC project would graduate students in fields including mechatronics, plumbing, electrical, welding, and automotive, and involve leading manufacturers in training and support. Thank you to Hudson Valley Community College President Dr. Roger Ramsamy, who's in the back up there, and the team at Hudson Valley for their leadership and their effort. We recognize that a quality road network makes travel easier for our residents and those who work or study here, and encourages visitors and new shoppers. Well-maintained county roads send the message every mile that we are a county that welcomes new investment and growth, takes care of our assets, and is ready for the future. I'm going to highlight a lot more on our county highway department a little bit further, but I just wanted to touch on that for a minute. The county also continued to earn good news and high marks across the state. We know of the economic turbulence caused by the pandemic, which reached a height in 2020. A recent federal report showed Rensselaer County as one of only 3 out of the 62 counties in New York State to have a positive GDP during 2020. By comparison, the other 59 counties saw a decline in their GDP, and nationally, 2/3 of counties declined. But not here, not in Rensselaer County. During the worst of the pandemic, Rensselaer County was still viewed as a place to shop, spend, create, and invest. For our county to grow our GDP during a time of shutdowns and quarantines is proof we are on the right road to prosperity and better times. We hope this message rings loudly with investors, job creators, and anyone else considering a home or business in our great county. And thankfully, the good news continues. This winter, Rensselaer County reached an important milestone with our sales tax revenue for 2021. For the first time in county history, broke through the $100 million mark in sales tax revenue. In fact, sales tax for 2021 exceeded $110 million. Never in county history have we ever broken through 100 million. We went way past that, past 110. Again, that shows great confidence in our county and in our economic vitality. During 2021, we still faced the pandemic, economic challenges, inflation, and yet more shoppers came to our county and more residents made their purchases right at home. This is a major success and shows Rensselaer County has arrived as a retail force in our region. I want to thank all those shoppers out there who decided to spend and invest in our county, including many of our residents who are choosing to keep their dollars close to home. It benefits all of us. So what does it mean when you break through that 100 million mark? Well, we budgeted 88 million. So all of that is excess. All of that flows toward our surplus. It also means that we share our revenues with the towns and the villages and the cities. So everyone in the county is benefiting from this. Everyone shares in it. County taxpayers will see lower taxes, and at the same time, towns and villages are better able to maintain their streets and their infrastructure. Major, major accomplishment. We've been seeing encouraging success with sales tax in Rensselaer County for years now. In fact, in 2019, we led the entire state of New York with sales tax revenue growth. We were at 8.4% in 2019 before the wheels came off with the pandemic. The state average in that year was 4.2. We doubled up the average county in this state, so that was an incredible year as well. Also, strong rating from S&P Global Ratings, maintaining the county's excellent and highest ever AA bond rating. This outstanding bond rating was upheld despite the challenges and difficulties presented during the pandemic. And they're testament to the work of our Chief Fiscal Officer, Mark Wojcik, and our Budget Director, Stacy Farah. We are working, We are working to strengthen services that improve the quality of life for our residents. Work has begun just across the street at a state-of-the-art new senior center in College Station, just across the street. It's going to be a safe, accessible, and modern space for our seniors, including upgrades in our programs and our services. When you see it, you're going to love it. It's really coming along quite nicely. Should be open sometime this spring, we think, early summer. Let's say early summer, the way the supply chain's going. Our county operates 5 senior centers, and we're seeking to upgrade the services and the types of facilities, starting with the Troy Center, to reflect on the more modern and active seniors of today. We'll open the new Troy Center this year and then get to work assessing the future of our other senior centers. So stay tuned for some updates on the Troy Senior Center and what is shaping up to be a really nice state-of-the-art facility. Early in 2020, just before the beginning of the pandemic, we celebrated our 4 millionth home-delivered meal, a significant accomplishment for all of us in county government. And during the pandemic, we tripled the number of meals delivered to seniors at home to keep them safe. We ask everyone to also stay tuned as we have another important announcement that we're going to hit very soon, another important milestone about the care for our senior services in the county. Our commitment to providing for and protecting our seniors remains as strong as ever. I am the only county executive, and we were the only county to refuse then Governor Cuomo's deadly order to place COVID-19 residents into nursing homes. And we always will defend and do what is right for our seniors at any time. We were right every step of the way. The county is also strengthening emergency services that work around the clock to keep us safe. The county fire training facility and tower was closed several years ago after years of heavy use, training generations of our first responders from across the county. Last year, work started on construction of the new tower and facility at the same location on Matcha Lane, and progress is continuing even during the winter months. The new training center will provide state-of-the-art training and instruction and ensure the current and future generations of our first responders get the preparation they need to save lives when needed. Just as we did by providing meaningful tax breaks to our residents during a period of growth and increased revenues, we also provided important support to our fire and ambulance companies in 2021. The Rensselaer County Response Fund recognized the importance of our emergency services and the increased demand on fire and ambulance companies during the pandemic, along with a reduction in their fundraising ability. Our county generated a savings of $18 million in 2021, much of which was not forecast, and we decided to use a portion of that savings to provide $10,000 to each fire and ambulance company in the county in every city, town, and village. The Rensselaer County Response effort helped each of our fire and ambulance departments maintain facilities, purchase new equipment, and prepare for the future. A companion effort helped reimburse departments for their PPE expenses incurred during the pandemic. One of the features of Rensselaer County Response was our effort to visit every single one of our fire and ambulance companies, and on behalf of the people of Rensselaer County, say thank you for their work. The training tower is a priority project. It's one that I promised to achieve when I was running for this office in 2017. We utilized some bond funding to build the training facility, in part because of our excellent financial position and because of the importance of the project. Our bonding position affords us great flexibility as we move forward, and the county currently has the best bond rating in our history, as I mentioned earlier. Our A++ and AA bond ratings are just under elite status, and we recognize a strong bond rating is one of the best advertisements, along with our reductions in property taxes, to attract new growth here. One of our major impediments in this county has always been infrastructure, and we are now working to change that situation. The Amazon project out in Schodack helped demonstrate that this county has arrived as a major force for job creation in the region. For years, Rensselaer County was often close or in the running for projects, but unable to seal the deal. No more. Amazon helped change that view, along with Regeneron and retail projects in East Greenbush, North Greenbush, and Brunswick. The Amazon project created 1,000 new jobs, following creation of several hundred new jobs at Regeneron. We are now looking at a second phase of Amazon, which is underway already. That'll create another 200 to 300 jobs. And we regularly field inquiries from companies that are interested in coming to the county. But we need to expand our infrastructure out there. At the end of 2021, the county joined with the town of Schodack to announce an expansion of water lines on the Route 9 and Route 9 and 20 corridors, and possible expansion of sewer lines in the area. The project would open up southern Rensselaer County to better and safer quality of life services and allow for job creation and investment to continue. The service will be extended through utilization of funds received by the American Rescue Plan by the county, with the two projects expected to cost a total of approximately $13.1 million. The town will be covering engineering costs for the projects. The county will cover costs for the project, and the town will cover costs for engineering for the water and sewer lines on Route 9 and Routes 9 and 20, in total approximately $10.5 million. That means that from the area near exit 10 to exit 12 of I-90, we will have more ability to attract and encourage growth in a vital and underutilized area. Traffic counts in Route 9 in particular are well below average, and there's considerable property awaiting new uses, particularly in the area around exit 12. We've had opportunities in this area before and lost them because of issues involving infrastructure, and we look forward to, and we are going to, reverse that trend. We thank our partners in Schodack for their help with this issue, including former Supervisor Dave Harris, who worked hard to support this project, and Supervisor Chuck Peter, who just took office at the start of this year. Schodack is working with the county to support the types of projects that will create employment opportunities and stable taxes for the future. I'd like to also acknowledge Chuck Peter, who's here tonight, a former member of this legislative body, and thank him for his efforts. Thank you, Chuck. The pandemic continues, as we all know, to be a major issue. And we are proud that here in Rensselaer County, we responded with common sense and compassion. Our motto throughout has been, be careful, not fearful. We have also taken necessary steps to fight the scourge of opioid addiction in the county. In October, Rensselaer County became the first county in the nation to require those who prescribe opioids to also provide safe disposal products. The Rensselaer County Prescription Opioid Safe Disposal Law will hopefully save lives and ensure these potentially harmful drugs do not fall into the wrong hands. I thank members of this legislative body for their strong and unanimous support of this law. In March of 2020, we saw our first COVID case, and we're now getting ready to enter our third year of dealing with COVID. We took stands when needed, and we have been consistently correct in that. We opposed Governor Cuomo when he tried to force COVID-positive seniors into nursing homes. We advocated for a rational, science-based approach. We have focused on results rather than pronouncements. When the state refused to help us, our county independently established a testing site and then a vaccination clinic during the peak of the pandemic. Today, we continue to provide vaccines and boosters to those who want them 3 times a week. Rensselaer County has been served by a dedicated and selfless team at our health department and volunteers with the Medical Reserve Corps, who for months worked long hours, 7 days a week. When help was denied, or slow to come, this county did not present excuses or escapes. We got to work and delivered tens of thousands of vaccines and tens of thousands of tests. We protected our residents, and we made a difference during difficult times. We are fortunate to have a health department that has never failed to rise to the occasion. Please join me in thanking our outstanding Public Health Director, Mary Fran Wachunas, who's here tonight. Where's Mary Fran? You got to stand up, Mary Fran. So, See, she doesn't think she has to stand up now because y'all know her from the Facebook Live. She's become a bit of a diva now. We couldn't have done it without Mary Fran, that's for sure, and her entire team. In recent weeks, this county was the first county in the state to oppose the new state mask mandate that took place a couple of months ago. We said the reasons for the mandate were not detailed. The, quote, science, unquote, was nothing of the sort. The guidance was unclear, and we firmly reminded this governor that county resources were already stretched thin. Our misgivings about the mask mandate were also proven right when the state mask mandate was struck down by a Supreme Court judge in Nassau County, and when we were quickly joined by more than 40 other counties. We are encouraged the state has, just days ago, finally agreed with parents, educators, and elected officials, including myself, to unmask our children. Our children unfairly bore the brunt of COVID-19 policies and have lost too much of their childhood to public health policies that are ill-defined and not backed by clear metrics or goals. Statistics, including in this county, have shown fewer cases of COVID-19 or hospitalizations in children. Unmasking our children was long overdue, and it was never justified or logical. There has been incalculable damage done to children, and this nation will pay the price for these disastrous policies for decades to come. The mandates and pronouncements on the pandemic are largely rooted in a response that was formed during the height of the pandemic in 2020. These responses failed to stop a rise in cases and also accompanied by no science or data. The reason these mandates are objected to in court and generally struck down are because there is no science or data backing the mandates. The impact that we saw on businesses is considerable. We believe the state should allow business owners to manage their business as they see fit and for customers to interact with businesses as they see fit. We have lived with the pandemic for 2 years, probably going to be living with it for the foreseeable future. Ever-changing rules confuse the public and they muddle the mission, and we advise the state and federal government to adopt a consistent and clear policy as to how we will respond and stick with that plan. We need our residents to get out and get engaged again, shopping, dining, and interacting. Now is the time to celebrate what we have here in our great county. Again, be careful, not fearful. The pandemic response remains an issue. So too is the ongoing tragedy of bail reform, which has jeopardized the safety of every neighborhood in the state. It is crucial for the state legislature and the governor to undo bail reform without delay and allow police and judges to do their jobs and keep those who would do us harm locked away when necessary. We have seen the damage caused by bail reform. Crime has gone up dramatically everywhere. Police are unable to make a difference on many quality of life calls. The number of shootings, stabbings, and assaults is on the rise. The laws as configured only encourage more criminal activity. The basic failing of bail reform has to be faced, as it is clear the safety of New Yorkers has been placed in jeopardy. The rise in crime affects neighborhoods often already in need of attention. How can new investors be attracted to revitalized neighborhoods when the streets are unsafe at all hours? Can a developer maintain an interest in an area when crime is increasing and now answer given to how threats and violence and thefts will be ended? 2/3 of New Yorkers support changes to the disastrous 2019 bail reform law. So I am discouraged by the announcement earlier this year by Democrats who control Albany that they will not fix or amend bail reform. I believe restoring judicial discretion would address many of the problems caused by bail reform and improve public safety. Their announcement that they will not fix bail reform is tone-deaf, it's dangerous, it's senseless, and it does not end the need for action on this issue. Just look at the shootings in Troy this past weekend, and sadly almost every other weekend, as proof our laws need to be strengthened and our police supported. I also note the redistricting plan, which was recently adopted by the state legislature. Changes in state leadership concern me, as our county is now home to 3 New York State Senate districts. 3. I believe this reduces our shared voice in the state Senate and reduces how issues presented by our county do not receive priority attention. Our assembly lines are slightly better, but just as in my time there, one district now covers territory in 4 counties. Congressional lines are also a concern. Rensselaer County now has 3 congressional districts within the county. It makes the lines confusing and possibly counterproductive for residents. There is one bright spot with the county seeing Congresswoman Elise Stefanik moved into a significant portion of our county north of Troy. Congresswoman Stefanik is now in leadership in her caucus and will continue to be at the forefront in Congress. That means good things for our county in the coming months. As we discuss the idea of justice, we turn our attention to the historic Rensselaer County Courthouse located in downtown Troy. 20 years ago, the county reversed decades of neglect and restored much of the courthouse to a condition comparable to when it was opened in 1898. We were fortunate to have the project guided by a Troy native who's gone on to international acclaim as a historic architect, and that is John Waite. We're revisiting the courthouse to complete exterior work and upgrade infrastructure at the facility, and we are again privileged to be working with John Waite on this important project to ensure the courthouse remains a vital part of Troy's downtown and our county. Recently, you may have seen it in the HBO special, The Gilded Age. And from restaurants and breweries to small shops, boutiques, and craft places, retail establishments, riverfront parks, and walking trails, our county is expanding recreational opportunities and attractions available to county residents and visitors. Later this year, our county will begin working on the establishment of a new county park off Brookview Road in Schodack. We are continuing to pursue the idea of a bike trail along the Hudson River to showcase even more of our county. To give you an idea of what our county offers in a convenient setting, we recently launched an improved and expanded version of our county website, which is www.rensco.com. You'll find a listing of the services we are proud to provide our residents, a look at convenient ways for residents to access county departments and functions, and news and updates about our county. So let's just turn our attention for a little bit here as we begin to wrap up to our outstanding work done by our departments at the county level. We are proud to have been one of the few counties to use stimulus funds to provide a one-time bonus to our employees of between $1,000 and $500 per employee, depending on part-time and full-time. The bonus recognized the outstanding work of our employees during the pandemic and their commitment to serve our residents. Our Department for the Aging served 180,902 meals in 2021. With 90% of the meals served as home-delivered meals. This helps seniors avoid the risks of the pandemic when possible and stay safe. Aging also provided 18,364 congregate meals in centers and grab and go. We also expanded in-home services for the elderly, and in 2021, our expanded in-home services for the elderly program provided nearly 8,000 hours of support to our seniors. And our budget department, led by Stacy Farah, has helped our county become a statewide leader in reducing taxes, watching over every dollar. We have detailed their work extensively in this state of the county. Thanks also to Mark DeMore and Ellen Christensen. Welcome also to Joseph Ryan, a lifelong resident of our county who started as an intern in the county legislature and is now Deputy Budget Director. And our Bureau of Public Safety, every day, our Bureau of Public Safety helps save lives and protect our property. We are particularly grateful for the outstanding work of our emergency services team during a challenging 2021. The July flood brought chaos and destruction to our county. And thanks in part to effective 911 dispatching, our county survived the flooding without a single loss of life. On that day, we remember hearing dispatches of motorists trapped in cars with water pouring in. But all were rescued thanks to the work of our 911 team and our emergency services partners. Just a few days ago, we received a call from Troy Fire Department Chief Eric McMahon thanking our 911 team, particularly dispatchers Marcy Pfeiffer and Jessica Large, for alerting fire crews to a trapped individual on an upper floor during a heavy fire. Their teamwork saved a life. Just as we recognize lifesavers, we can also recognize life starters. dispatchers who help deliver newborns. Congratulations and thank you to Andy, I'm going to mess that one up, Zach Zakruski, Dan Farley, and Matt Metzger for their work in helping newborns be born safely. Led by Director Jay Wilson and Deputy Director Paul Glasser, the Bureau has helped guide the construction of our new emergency services training complex and ensured the facility will be a valuable asset as we train current and new generations of emergency services responders. Jay's commitment to emergency services was recognized by his selection to serve on the Governor's Volunteer Firefighter Recruitment and Retention Task Force. In a Bureau of Finance led by Chief Fiscal Officer Mark Wojcik, they continue to be at the center of the county's gain in financial strength, and Mark is assisted by Deputy Tom Santandra and the finance team. We thank them for their efforts as they watch over our assets. Look at some of their work. Our county's cash position increased by $26.6 million in 2021 to $83.7 million, demonstrating a strong cash flow for the county. The county fund balance will exceed $90 million. Sales tax revenue grew 15.1% to $110 million. As I said earlier, first time we've ever exceeded 100. Total county debt was reduced by $11.8 million just last year alone. S&P Global Rating cited the county's growing tax base with assessed values growing by over 15% between 2017 and 2022. This growth is expected to continue due to sustained commercial development and steady residential development. Our strong financial profile reserve shows that consistent growth in recent years, which rises above 30% of our operating expenditures in 2020. For those that are not financially loving numbers, those are huge numbers, folks. Those are really, really good. Our Bureau of Central Services, last April, the county reaffirmed our commitment to reducing our dependence on traditional energy sources when we rolled out our community solar program. Rensselaer County diverts 7.4 megawatts of the county's electrical load from grid electric to solar. The county will realize $3 million in savings over the 25-year lifespan of the solar project, while 35,000 tons of CO2 emissions will be avoided. That is the equivalent of 17,500 gasoline-powered vehicles being taken off the road. This initiative does not just benefit the county's operations, it allows for county property owners the opportunities to subscribe to the same program and save up to 10% of their monthly electric bill. To date, several hundred property owners have joined, and we hope more follow along. We thank Jim Gordon, our Director of Central Services, for his continued hard work in these areas. County technology was a struggle here for decades, and that department just continues to get better and better and strengthen our network and our network security. Last year, we completed our broadband improvement project, which provides all county facilities with a more reliable high-speed fiber service, allowing departments to better interact with one another and with state and other regulatory agencies. And it provides more reliable constituent services. For years, our employees were asked to perform work duties on outdated and underperforming computer equipment. We are now entering year 4 of our computer replacement program that at year's end will have replaced over 600 of our desktop computers. That's over half. This may sound like a nominal task, but it's one that didn't exist. The county was not doing this until we came in and started to revamp what was going on here. So it's another huge step forward for the county. We've worked aggressively to reshape our IT department and its mission and to improve and replace old and tired equipment. We've come a long way in a short time. Our network's more reliable, it's more secure, it's faster, and it's more responsive than it's ever been. Still work to do in an always changing technology field, but we are definitely on the right track. Our county clerk, Frank Marola, continues to be a leader among county clerks across the state. During the pandemic, while most other counties and all of the state DMVs were closed, Frank worked with my administration to keep our DMV open to great reception in 2020 and 2021. Thanks to our consistent and common sense approach, we have maintained service to the legions of county residents who rely on county DMV services and attracted many other customers from neighboring counties. Frank's office also supervises the filing of mortgages, which meant more good news for local governments who receive all of the proceeds from the mortgage tax. The mortgage tax increased to $2.7 million in 2021 from $1.8 million. That's an impressive jump of over 900,000. In employment and actually, lastly, overall fees at the clerk's office increased from $2 million in 2020 to $3.275 million in 2021, which is an increase of over $1 million in just 1 year. Employment and training that helped close to 9,500 individuals were served by the Career Center during 2021, both virtually and remotely. Services included monthly workshops. Our Career Center joined with other counties. It helped with resume building, interview prep, online learning courses, job search assistance, and assistance from our Disability Research Coordinator to help overcome employment barriers. The work by employment and training, coupled with our efforts to grow jobs, has paid off. As of last December, Rensselaer County's unemployment rate was 2.6%, the 8th lowest in the state. That's a drop of 1.1% from 2 years ago. Our health department just provided outstanding and compassionate service to Rensselaer County during the pandemic and during the darkest days of COVID. The work by Public Health Director Mary Fran Wachunas and her staff gave our county hope, comfort, and care to the people we serve, and we certainly thank them again for their service. Our work to help keep residents safe continued during 2021 with the health department administering over 40,000 vaccines during 177 clinics at the mass vaccination site at Hudson Valley Community College. Over 2,200 volunteers assisted in our efforts, including members of the Medical Reserve Corps, emergency services community, college students, insurance companies, and the Troy Police Cadet Post. Our Medical Reserve Corps logged 29,235 hours, an impressive total and reflective of the dedication of these dedicated men and women that deserves our recognition. We also took our vaccination show on the road with the county's Vax Bus. I think we were the only county to do that around here anyway, that I saw. We did that in partnership with Capital District Transportation Authority. We brought vaccines to the people. We held 73 pop-up clinics with the mobile Vax buses. Another thing we did, contact tracing, we did that in-house. We did not outsource that to the state. We wanted our people talking to our people, and it worked magnificently well. Over 400 Narcan kits were distributed through the county's Naloxone Now effort. That is to fight the opioid epidemic. Rensselaer County is believed to be the first county in New York State to deliver Narcan door to door. Naloxone Now received the Innovative Practice Award by the National Association of County and City Health Officials, and we congratulate members of the department for their work to fight against this tragedy. Our Highway Department, led by County Engineer Joe Taliska and Highway Superintendent Dave Anthony, has done an outstanding job in working in all kinds of conditions for our residents. In 2020, our Highway Department set a record by paving 50 miles of roads in 1 year. We smashed that record with the Drive for 65 in 2021, actually paving over 70 miles of road. We did that without borrowing a dime. Keep that in perspective, this county used to do 15, maybe 20. So to do 70 is incredible work by our highway guys. We also replaced 2 bridges with improved structures, the County Route 123, which is the Ford Road Bridge, and County Route 4, the Buffalo Bridge, Van Hosen Road. Following the flood in July, we installed a temporary structure on County Route 42, which is Taborton Road. The July flood not only destroyed the bridge, it wrecked 7 miles of county roads, some of which we had just paved days earlier. In 2022, we're going to pave 50 miles of road, which will add to the 170 miles paved during the past 4 years. When we get that goal done, we will have 2/3 of our roads paved in 5 years. To say that is unprecedented is an understatement. That is huge work and a huge benefit for our county residents. We're also investing in the highway department by purchasing 3 tandem dump trucks with plows and wings, 1 lowboy, a loader, a mobile office trailer, chippers, asphalt rollers, 3 pickup trucks, 1 mini excavator, a skid steer. It's like Christmas at the highway department out there. The department also saw completion of construction of a new salt shed in Berlin. Despite the severity of the July flooding, there was no federal help coming. We didn't think we would qualify, and we did not qualify for any FEMA funds, so Rensselaer County was responsible for repairing all of that damage that occurred to the county infrastructure, just as the towns were responsible for repairing their damaged roads. Our Department of Mental Health has experienced an increase in requests for mental health treatment for children, youth, and adults. The pandemic has definitely spurred an increase for mental health services, and our outpatient clinics served 3,252 clients in 2021. Along with an increase in outpatient services from the county, outpatient services at the local hospital have operated with a wait list for months, as have requests for the treatment of substance abuse disorder. The crisis unit at Samaritan experienced a higher volume of admissions in 2021 for persons across all age groups. So mental health is expanding school satellite sites to include Columbia High School and Goff Middle School in the East Greenbush School District, Schodack Central Schools, and Berlin Schools during the first quarter of this year. The department also entered in a contract for professional services of a psychiatric nurse practitioner to provide telehealth-based psychiatric care. We've expanded the student assistance program and peer services and maintained the adult care coordination and adult housing programs. Congratulations to our Commissioner, Catherine Alonge Coons, for earning a State Lifetime Achievement Award from the State Office of Mental Health. The award recognizes Kathy's over 3 decades of work to provide and expand mental health services in our county. Our probation department, led by Acting Director Linda McMahon, has the mission to protect the community by focusing on offenders and their impact on society. Our probation department has provided steady and valuable service and support during challenging times. Probation ended 2021 with 570 active supervision cases. Linda has served capably as acting probation director since the retirement of Laura Bauer last July. We thank Laura and Linda for their service. Next month, for the April meeting, we will be submitting Linda's name for confirmation by the legislature. Our Public Defender's Office, led by John Therese, maintained the responsibility of ensuring effective legal representation for residents with financial limitations. During 2021, the court assigned 2,779 new cases for the public defender, ranging from simple violations to complex homicides with multiple co-defendants. Criminal cases in 2021 included 821 felony cases, 1,541 misdemeanor cases, and 222 violations. Despite the caseload, the public defender endeavors to provide representation of the highest caliber to all clients. John's done an effective job of attracting new sources of funding to aid in accomplishing this mission. Our real property resource recovery, we're seeing savings in that innovative county program, which is designed to identify and revitalize properties left abandoned because of back taxes or other issues. County's real property resource recovery program generated a savings of $1.04 million during 2021. That's the second year the program's been in operation. And that is on the right track. And really, we're just trying to get these properties back onto the tax rolls and back under active ownership. Our Sheriff's Administration. This administration is proud to back the blue, and we recognize the important work by our Sheriff's Office, particularly during a time of turbulence, unrest, and changing situations. Our Sheriff's Office provided outstanding service, safely operating the county jail during 2021, and was one of the only jails in the state to have no major COVID-19 outbreak during the year. Deputies stepped up to deliver meals to residents in quarantine and perform security at vaccination clinics. Drones were operated to help with search and rescue and responses to major emergencies like the flood, and child ID cards were issued to keep kids safe. My office was proud to partner with Sheriff Pat Russo in the purchase of 2 Harley-Davidson motorcycle patrols that can be used at special events and parades and help strengthen the connection between law enforcement and our public. Our Sheriff's Office also responded to serious crimes and unforgettable tragedies, and tonight we also recognize the work of our Sheriff's Office in apprehending a person suspected in the murder of a 20-year-old young woman from White Creek just the other day. Department of Social Services continues to provide support and assistance for county residents facing challenges and maintain a consistent level of needed services despite numerous challenges in 2021. We developed the ER Anywhere program, which was introduced in 2019, which we were the first county in the nation to do this. We won a national award for this from the National Association of Counties, where we brought telehealth to our Medicaid recipients. This year, we're again the first in the nation to offer telehealth to every county resident, regardless of insurance status. We recognize the Department of Social Services Commissioner Teresa Bedoin, who retired earlier this year. Teresa started with the county in 1983 and continued an admirable legacy of service started by her father, John, who served as commissioner for 40 years with the county. We're fortunate to have Randy Hall, who preceded Teresa as commissioner, agreeing to serve as acting commissioner as we seek a permanent replacement. Thank you, Randy, for stepping forward to ensure the important services provided by DSS are maintained. We pulled Randy out of retirement to do this for us, and we certainly appreciate the help. Our efforts in tourism are expanding to attract new visitors to our great county. Our tourism office, led by Vito Ciccarelli, produced the first ever county visitors guide, which was distributed at thruway rest areas, hotels along the upstate corridor, Western Mass, Southern Vermont, and visitor centers from Westchester to Lake George. Tourism also assisted our businesses throughout the county in advertising and marketing and development of festivals and fairs and special events and weekly concert series. And we were especially happy to see Schaghticoke Fair come back online this year after a brief absence with the pandemic. Van Rensselaer Manor, it continues to just provide an outstanding level of care and compassion to the seniors entrusted to us. The pandemic has been difficult, presented many new challenges for the facility, which celebrated its 25th year this past year. I remain proud of our stand against Governor Cuomo when he tried to force those patients into the manor. We said no then, and we would say no now. We thank our administrator, Kenyatta Walker, and our deputy administrator, John Wazalewski, for their dedication to our residents during these times. We also thank the staff at the manor for their steadfast commitment to caring for our residents during the pandemic. We recognize staff at the manor with the bonus, and we also improved our competitiveness in attracting new employees by boosting the hourly pay out at the manor for nurses and for our certified nursing assistants. That has worked. In recent weeks, it's helped us attract new employees and to somewhat alleviate the shortages that every nursing home seems to face. Our Veteran Services Agency continues to do great work, headed up by our director, Peter Goebel, and our Veteran Service Specialist, Lonnie Warrington. They served 11,612 veterans and dependents during 2021. This service included access to benefits, supports, medical treatment, and other services. The work also included 1,178 medical transports of veterans to the Stratton VA Medical Center in Albany. Notably, the Veteran Services Administration secured $868,000 in funding for veterans and their dependents. We also joined with Hudson Valley Community College last November for the opening of the Joseph P. Dwyer Veterans Support Program, which offers outreach and support to veterans right at the college's campus center. As part of our Rensselaer County Response Program, we provided $5,000 to our veterans organizations across the county. That's going to help them maintain their buildings and services and programs. In our youth department, they continue to do great work for our kids. Director Pierce Hoyt and Deputy Debbie Fleming, the county summer food program celebrated its 47th year by serving 61,304 meals and at 24 different sites. The county backpack program filled 508 backpacks with school supplies. During Christmas, the youth department collected over $10,000 in donations to purchase new toys and received 89 bags of toys from Toys for Tots. Our annual Coats for Kids golf tournament was the most successful yet, with 113 golfers participating. That enabled us to purchase 900 coats for kids in needs. Coming up shortly, our Rensselaer County Response effort will be providing one-time funding to our youth sports organizations throughout the county. to help keep their facilities open and to help serve our youth as we head into the 2022 spring and summer and fall seasons. We certainly appreciate the outstanding performance of our departments and our employees during these challenging times. Be proud of the work you do and the service you provide for a county we love and are proud to call home. Thank you. When we set a course for lower taxes and expanded services, major job creation, and a more efficient and open county government, there were many doubters. We moved past that negativity. When the pandemic arrived 2 years ago, there were other doubters who believed our progress would be derailed by COVID-19. We set to work proving them wrong. They forget the people of Rensselaer County and members of my team also are tough, resilient, and focused on the future. When I was elected to this office, in my initial state of the county, I said, I fought hard to get to this office, and I will fight even harder for the people we serve. That resolve remains today. Our commitment does not waver. My focus does not change, and the fight goes on. We will achieve great things for this county. In public service, there are often controversies and headlines that serve to distract. They fade quickly when compared with the very real accomplishments and improvements made by my administration that can be seen and felt by our people. Future generations will not care who said what about whom. They will want to know who were the founders of their destiny, the builders of buildings, the creators of jobs and opportunities. That is what we work for every day. I want to thank our employees, our department heads, our partners in public service for their work for Rensselaer County. I want to thank also my executive team, including our Director of Operations, Rich Christ, our Director of Central Services, Jim Gordon, and my assistants, Michelle Franklin Burton, Paula Carpinello-Goca, Leslie Wallace, and our Tourism Director, Vito Ciccarelli. There will be some difficult moments ahead, just as there have been during the past few years. We've shown we are ready to take on new challenges, resolve old problems, and find new ways to success. Our resolve is strong. We will be tested. We will be ready. Legendary basketball coach Jim Valvano summed up this approach: survive and advance. We look forward to a year of accomplishment and excellence in achievement that will make us all proud and give us cause for celebration when we reach 2023 together. Rensselaer County, we're just getting started. Thank you.